We might just be through to the Copa Libertadores round of 16 with that goal.
Oh, yes!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of the Pacific Pursuit, and welcome back to São Paulo, where in today's episode we have got two games coming up. The first in the Copa Libertadores, we come up against Velez at home in a bid to try and get through to this next round, and then we've got Atletico Mineiro, I believe was the name. Was it Atletico? I believe it was. We play against them today in a game in the league, which should hopefully wrap up what has been an interesting week. Obviously, I apologise for the lack of uploads this week. You see the walls behind have changed colour. Some renovation projects going on, but when they're done, we will be back, and hopefully even better for some more great content. But since last time out, we had the two games here, the final and then the group game. We've not had too many games really. It's been a mixed bag of results. We got knocked out the Brazilian Cup, just wasn't our day really. We had 3 games in the league, 2 wins and a draw, and a win in the 94th minute against Emelec. So we're not in the best form at the moment, but we play against Velez today. It's quite a tough game. We are at home, which I guess is a beneficial thing, but it is going to be quite a tough game. We are into second place as it stands, and if I wouldn't expect Racing Club to drop points really, so we need a minimum a point. The head-to-head against Racing Club is a win there and a loss there, but we got the bigger win and we are doing alright on goal difference, so a point is a minimum. But if we can go and get this win against Velez, that would always be ideal. So let's get straight into it. The first game of the day for a place in the round of 16 of the Copa Libertadores. So the team for this game against Velez: Mateus in goal. We got a backline of Cusqueta, Murillo, Wallace and Sargent. We got Galna, Bell, Luis Fernando in the middle, Rodolfo on the left, McCormick on the right and De Silva up top. Kick off here in this game against Velez, and that's 1-0. And our place in the next round of this competition might just be gone. It's a horrible mistake at the back, and as simple as that is 1-0 here to our opposition. That is very, very frustrating. It is going to be a tough game at home here, but if we can't beat teams like this, then we have a very minimal chance of trying to do well. I think the next episode or the episode after will start to be those Copa America episodes, so they will come out and I hopefully should make for a good time. Hopefully we get that victory, but we'll have to see. The priority now is getting through. We've not obviously had the best group phase, but it's not one where I've been too frustrated. I think we didn't make silly mistakes. We just got absolutely battered. We played well in the games that we won, but in those games not so good. Lots of things to work on, and I'm sure they are things that will be amended going into those knockout games. And if not, if we don't do well in those, then for next season we've got the money and we can go and make the signings accordingly. On the attack here, trying to play Rodolfo in behind, nothing comes from that in the end, and now Velez knocking it around. They go out to this right side, going to look to try and progress it. They pull it back, it goes over into the position of the right back down this right side of the ball, looking to advance wherever it goes, continuing the ball into the middle to the back post, defending required. It's floating around and that's cleared in the end by Sargent, but we've got to be doing a lot better there. That is, it's not good stuff. It's really not good. We might have to go a little bit more attacking. The quality is in our attack if we're nailing it down something, and we really need to go and use that, and it's just not been the start that we want, and we have not been using that attack how we want. Velez, if they were going to come out with quite a good record if they were to win this. It is still a draw in that other game there between Racing Club and Emelec. Galna standing over this corner, plays it into middle, Murillo with a header, lovely header, and we might just be through to the Copa Libertadores round of 16 with that goal. It's a lovely header from Murillo at the back, and he makes it 1-1 here, and that could be a massive, massive goal. I was just about to say that a draw would be enough. We don't want to be scraping through, but at the end of the day, we want to be through. And if we have to do that by going and getting the draw, we have to do it. But we want to be convinced and try and get that win. Nacional are there. Obviously, we got them qualified. How are they doing? They are bottom of the group, 2 points. A bit frustrating, really, that they've not been able to do better. But it looks like they've had quite a good tough group, actually. They had Colo, who are the champion. They're like multiple time champions in Chile. As you can see, they're 38 times. champions. They also drew one of the two Brazilian teams, Corinthians and Internacional, is it? So quite a tough group for them really, but it's nice to see that they have been in this competition. There's a point behind here, a bit of defending required. Mateus is going to come out for it, and it's into his hands. In the end, we're going to go and get adjusted, still with the temporary setup. Get this camera, move the cross, there we go, sorted. And yeah, let's enjoy the rest of this game. It's quite the setup, but hopefully it can deliver some more good results as it already has. Rodolfo's in behind it, can he square it? He has the shot himself, and it's poor in the end really. I think it was a bit of a deflection, but I don't know, really don't know what's happened there. In the end, 50 minutes gone here in this game. There's in the other games, is there any other results? I mean, a point as it stands is good enough for us, but it looks like we could threaten for that second goal. Is a point good? Well, a point is always good enough for us. Emelec are winning in that game. Luis Fernando with an effort. It's a bullet shot, but it's not able to find anyone, and Sergeant Tim makes a bit of a mistake at the back there. It's Wallace who wins it back though, and he's going to look to try and progress it, advance it. Where will he go? He's trying to look to play Wallace into McCormick. McCormick, can he get this ball in? Where will he go? He goes to Sergeant Tim, edge of the area. Lovely return ball. McCormick into Luis Fernando for 2-1 here in this game. What a turnaround. What a performance. And we should be through now to the round of 16 of the Copa Libertadores. On first attempt, we have made the knockouts. It's a lovely finish from McCormick there. It's Sergeant Tim into McCormick. It's not McCormick, it was Luis Fernando. It's really, really good stuff from McCormick though, to not take the shot and pull it back in the end. It's 55 minutes gone here. We're 2-1 up, and Emelec are winning, and we are pretty comfortably through as it stands. I mean, everything can change, but we are leading. Emelec are winning, and we couldn't ask for a more ideal situation. Here's McCormick on the ball. He's going to look to try and do something with it, but he's not able to. It's Cusqueta into Rodolfo. Rodolfo, can he play this ball in behind? He's looking to advance. Still need a bit more out of him. I think he is a real key player. He's not. It's an interesting one because we obviously had it with somewhere with South Korea, but there's definitely, I don't think there's as many players there. It's quite surprising really, but I think there's a lot of the South Korean talents go abroad. There isn't really loads of Brazilian talents. There's no even Vinny Jr. I've not seen, which is surprising really. You feel like he'd be at the peak of his game at this point, but I guess not. No Vinny Jr. The Brazilian talents aren't massive. Some of the new ones are, but some of those old ones aren't, and I think we have a lot of players from São Paulo who could get into that team, but players like Rodolfo don't make it. There's other players as well. De Silva is in behind here for 3-1. Lovely save, but I think it might have been offside in the end. Anyway, on that far side, the only player who does make the Brazil team who we manage is Sergeant Tim. Which makes sense. You know, he's a really consistent player, and he can play in a number of positions down that right side. De Silva into the middle. It's out to McCormick. McCormick goes into Rodolfo with the shot, and that is game over here. Rodolfo scores. He goes over. Might go and try and go over. Silence me after everything we've been saying there. But 60 minutes gone. What a performance it's been from the boys. We've turned it around, and we have been, I would argue, very convincing. Tony returning today. I don't think he'll get back in straight away when the form McCormick is in, but he is back, and he is into that right wing position. He's been out quite a long time. I think he had a torn calf muscle or something like that, which is obviously not ideal. So yeah, I think it's I think it'll be interesting to see the battle that goes on down that right side as to who gets the spot. That's a save from Mateus. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what goes on. 65 minutes gone here in this game. It's been a much better performance. What a second half it's been for us. You know, the 2 goals that have won us this game here. Racing Club might have equalised, but we're 3-1 up, and we're into the final few moments. We're going to have a game against Atletico Mineiro, the first team we ever played when we came here to Brazil, and it'll be a nice period to kind of just reflect on everything that's going on, and going into those games. We might also have the draw in that time as well. Velez with a shot, and that just drags wide in the end. So unlucky to not be able to convert, but yeah, we'll have that draw hopefully coming up. All the group games finished today, and there's no like playoffs or anyone dropping down from anywhere, so hopefully we have that coming up, but we will have to see. Here's Cusqueta, goes into goal, and goal is looking to advance. He cuts in. Where will he go? He goes to Velez, into Sergeant Tim with an effort, and it's over the bar in the end. Very, very close to getting that 4th goal, but we are through. We're actually only 1 point behind Velez now, considering Racing Club and Velez were tied on 7 points whilst we were on 3. Very, very good comeback from us. We've been very, very convincing. We've won every single game since then. The full-time whistle goes, and we are through to the Copa Libertadores round of 16. And the team for this game against Atletico Mineiro, just the one change: Mateus in goal, backline of Carioca, Murillo, Wallace and Sargent. We've got Gauna, Bell, Fernando in the middle, Rodolfo on the left, McCormick on the right and De Silva up top. Kick off here in this second home game of the day. Hopefully we don't concede first. That would always be ideal, even if it's not a home game. After this we will conclude the episode and we will know our opponents for the next round of the Copa Libertadores, so we'll get that draw going. It feels like it's a long time since we had the draw, because I do the draw and then you don't expect it, but we'll get the draw going, see how that goes, and hopefully we come away with a decent opponent. I don't know who we can play really. Probably, well, it might be another Brazilian opponent, just because there is so many of them in the competition. I don't know how many of them have managed to get through, but if they have, then we will have to face one of them, or it will be one of the other teams. Well, hopefully we get an ideal opponent. I think a quarter-final would be a very, very good result if we can get there, but at the same time we want to really go on and go as far as possible. But I think we have to be realistic in terms of what we can go on and do. Obviously it's a project, but there is very tough teams we'll have to come up and face against, and whether or not we can beat them yet, we'll have to see. But hopefully we will give them our best shot, and there's no reason why we can't at this present moment. We've shown time and time again. I feel like the Pacific Pursuit has been about digging in and just getting the results from out of nothing, being able to get them. So I think that's something that we need to go on and do in these campaigns that we've got coming up. The final ones. Here's Rodolfo into De Silva, 1-0 here, and that will take us, I think, into the top 4 of the table. We're going to look to obviously get a few players rested. Ideally here in this game, it's obviously been a very eventful period for us, so we need to go and get them rested wherever we can. We move up to 3rd place. We have a very good goal difference. 2nd place in the table, which is always nice, and we have a game in hand. If we win that, we are back to the top of the table, exactly where we deserve to be. It's been a very, very good performance here in this game. We're going off our praise. 60% possession, 2 XG, not too much for the numbers. I don't really look into numbers like that all that often, but it's been a good performance by any scale, and I think this needs to continue now going into these big games, all important games that we have coming up. But the focus will be however many episodes there is next week. At minimum there will be 3. There will obviously be the Copa America games. If it is 3, then that means Monday. I'll do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We will have the Copa America games, which should be, I think, make for a really good time. But it might be quicker than that, but at minimum it will be that. But we'll have to see. If we were to win it, it would be like how we did it with South Korea. But we'll have to see about that if we do go on and get there and see how far we progress. But it'll be hopefully a very good 3-parter, if we go on and make the at least the semi-final. It would be a 3-parter, but we have to win that semi-final and go to the final. We'll have to see. It's Castaneda with a shot. That is a lovely finish to make it 2-0. Now, what I'm wondering is, where are people like Vinny Jr.? How old are they at this point? Some of our best players, Wanderson, you won't be too familiar. Tepe is a player. No, he isn't. There's definitely one player who, it's not Wanderson, but Wanderson is a very, very good player. We've got Estival, who you obviously know. Endrick is there. But I really want to know what happened to Vinicius Jr. If I go and type this in over here, we go to Vinicius Jr. He is still going, actually. I probably should call him up, because he's still got all the qualities. Something to consider there. I don't know why he's never been considered. I guess he's 35. I don't know if he's retired, but players like that, with these international teams, like at this point, like Endrick is a bit older now, but he's a very experienced player and still has all the technical abilities. He scored 2 goals in the first ever game we managed with Brazil, and I think he is a really good player. We might just be seeing Vinicius Jr. Who knows? We'll have to see. What about Rodrigo? Is Rodrigo a little bit older? I really want to know now. we can go and have a look. If we go and click on one of these players here, he's still with Real Madrid, so they clearly rate him quite highly, and he spent his whole career there. That's not gone in there. If we go and look for Rodrigo, is he still going? He is with Man City. He is still going as well. Look at all those caps. He's got 1 month left on the contract. Will he sign for us? We might just be signing Rodrigo. He signed him with I swear we signed him before. I think it was it Shakhtar? I feel like it might have been Shakhtar where we signed him. Honestly, I literally have no idea what's going on. But will he agree to it? Go and bring that down a little bit. There you go. Rodrigo is signing for us. So there you have it. What an episode it's been. It's not over yet. We still have the draw for the next round of the Copa Libertadores, and Rodrigo might be there, and Vinicius Jr. might just be in our Copa America team. That squad will be obviously shown tomorrow, and I'm strongly considering bringing him in there and recalling him. There is a goal here for Mineiro, the final few moments, so we've made all our changes. We're putting in a very good display. It's been a good episode, and hopefully we draw a good team now, and that would top it off. We signed Rodrigo before. We signed Insigne, Leyton Orient, Osimhen at Tromsø, and then we signed Rodrigo at Shakhtar. Now we're going to sign him with São Paulo. Is he a São Paulo graduate? I don't even know. The full-time whistle goes here in this game. I really want to know that now, whether or not he was like a graduate of the academy here. If we go and take a look, he was at Santos, so he's coming to the rivals. Let's go and take a look at this draw. So let's have it, the draw here for the Copa Libertadores. We'll go through the teams quickly. We've got Alianza, Aldeirão, Atletico, Nacional, Botafogo, Colo-Colo, Corinthians, Flamengo, Fluminense, for one of the Brazilian, I'm not sure what it is, but it's one of the Brazilian teams, Independiente Santa Fe, Lanús, O'Higgins, River Plate, Palmeiras, São Paulo, and Velez are all there. O'Higgins against Corinthians. We've got Atletico Nacional against Botafogo, Aldeirão versus Fluminense, Palmeiras versus Velez. Good game that. Colo-Colo against the other Brazilian team, Lanús against Alianza, Independiente Santa Fe against it's not São Paulo, it's Flamengo, it's São Paulo, and the remaining team is River Plate. We're going to look to get some revenge against them for when they beat us in the Recopa, it was called, when we were with Nacional. 2 games, quite a long time away until then. As you can see there's the first leg. Don't know where the second leg's gone, but quite some time away. We'll be deep into our league season. But we have in the next few episodes that the all important Copa America coming up. So hopefully I catch you then for them. If you have enjoyed that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave with this little tune, and I'll see you again for those Copa America games where we have been drawn. If we go and take a look against El Salvador, Mexico, and Venezuela. Thank you. Bye bye.